21 children's book ideas. Written and illustrated by Trev. That's me. I'm extremely good looking to hamsters. Book number 1. The Boy Who Hugs Strangers. This is a story about a creepy prepubescent boy who has an affinity for hugging strangers. I'm trying to figure out how this story will go, but it's still too fresh to say for sure. Notice how I used hearts for hands to represent an almost primitive appearance for the child, a common theme for my newer stories. Nothing says puberty like those red dots on his face, which could pass for acne or freckles. It's these little details that nicely add to the character's awkwardly confident place in life. My favorite color is red, but I decided to go with ginger hair on him, and I find the gingers to be a bit more needy than the rest, and that is perfectly suited for the direction I was headed. Also notice how his ginger hair is quite poofy, as the boy is struggling to find his sexual identity, a common struggle among males living in the 21st century. I went with a dark backdrop because he is alone in this overly confident world of his, and that is just perfectly fine by everyone. Number 2. Spacey Bear. Spacey Bear is a story about a pedophiliac bear and his rise to power and corruption in the depths of Central Baltimore. That's right, Central Baltimore. I would say this is more of a contemporary piece to shed light on the abuse of masculinity in the 21st century. I used white for the van to reflect its stereotypical association with pedophiles. My apologies if you own a white van. I like stars, so I also added some outline stars to round out the book cover. Number 3. White Boy in an Orange School. I really wanted to point the spotlight towards our current epidemic of reverse racism in orange schools, especially against young white boys. This is why I came up with White Boy in an Orange School. Notice the concentration camp design style of the school's exterior, with fencing to keep the kids in. This is very reminiscent of World War II's Nazi Germany camps, with a touch of Soviet darkness. Just look at those windows. Number 4. Pedo Island. Inspired by the Spacey book Bear cover, I thought it only fitting to dream of a story called Pedo Island, with candy aplenty. Number 5. How to Strangle Your Kids Safely. How to Strangle Your Kids Safely was actually a recommendation from one of my fans. She actually is a parent herself and really couldn't find a guide on properly and safely strangling her 3 daughters. I'm definitely mulling this idea over, not the real life strangling part, because I do not have any kids that I know of. Number 6. Duct tape solves everything. Further to this parent's recommendation, I thought I'd do a spin-off story idea called Duct Tape Solves Everything. When you need to get the job done, tape their mouths shut. Number 7. The Vegan Cat Who Lived. I'm personally a plant and fish guy for the most part these days, aside from a few ribeyes, ice cream, donuts, and hamburgers. But cats are supposed to be carnivores. I wonder what would happen if you made your cat just eat plants. This is the Vegan Cat Who Lived. A bit scraggly, but that's okay. Plants, power, life. Ooh, this is one of my favorite ideas. Book number 8. Hyperactivity Maniacal Child. Hyperactivity Maniacal Child is a must-do children's book idea. There's something about highly hyper kids, and I can make this into an epic series. I started typing out wee, but now it just looks like a bunch of ees. Very Tokyo-esque, which is my stylistic aim for 95% of my art. I am obsessed with the Jap lifestyle, minus Pearl Harbor. Number 9, Sugar, Heroine, Cocaine Party. Now on to a less controversial topic for kids. Finally, something that combines sugar, heroin, and cocaine in one. It's where people of all ages from all over the world get together to have the party of their lives. I'm digging the title, and it sounds like a rad party to me. Number 10, Baby's First Boner. Do I show the boner or do I leave it a mystery? I thought about it for hours and just decided to keep it hidden. Sorry, moms. I know you wanted to compare. I can't believe a story like this doesn't exist yet. Number 11, 525,600 needles. This story idea was actually inspired by the one time I accidentally stepped on a needle in a shady part of town. The best thing about it is I never got myself checked out for diseases and I'm still alive. Yes! Number 12, Deep Fried Banana Bonanza. Those are actually supposed to be dancing poles for the bananas. They would dance around the poles, and people from all over the world would come to watch. And number 13, Girl Who Walks Barefoot on Snow. I had this idea for a girl in a red dress to walk barefoot on snow, and I would have someone film it with a really fancy video camera while she looks for her daughter. We would capture the subtle emotions on her journey. I'm still trying to figure out the whole frostbite thing. Oh well, who needs feet? Number 14, Strategic Homelessman. I always wondered what it would be like to face off against a homeless person at a game of chess. Especially a strategic homeless person. This story was inspired by the panhandlers who are quite wealthy and just doing the gig part-time to meet new people. Number 15, Naked Runaway Avocado. Every time I peel an avocado with my hands, the slimy green part runs away. Introducing an epic adventure tale with extremely sexual undertones. Running can be a bit sweaty for our avocado friend, if you know what I mean. Number 16, The Binge-eating Italian. Based on my severe binge-eating issues, which included a stint where I ate 12 donuts and a whole tub of ice cream in one day, The Binge-eating Italian was born. I know nothing about Italy, which is why I should write a travel guide about it someday. This story would be located in Sicily, and there would be guest appearances from Pavarotti and Andrea Bocelli. Off the top of my head, I think they're Italian, but you never know these days. Number 17, Extremely Happy Prisoner. I just really wanted to use good old Ginger again. We all know that prisoners are extremely happy, and I couldn't be happier to pay for their meals with my tax dollars. Doesn't it just make you want to do something dangerous? I mean, look at him. So happy and gay. Number 18, Baby's First Diarrhea. A nice little sequel to Baby's First Boner. Baby's First Diarrhea is sure to bring you the messy brown action you desire in a very boring household. And guess who has to clean up the mess after? The baby, of course. Number 19. Teacher's Pet. Imagine if a hot teacher falls in love with a male valedictorian at a high school. This happens more than you'd think. And can you blame the valedictorian for getting a little action? I doubt he'll get any in college, and I would know. See how I did the heart and made it look like an apple? Wow! Number 20. Delusional Delilah. Look at poor old deformed and delusional Delilah. I really don't have much to say about her. I'm leaning towards a coming-of-age comedy with this one. Number 21. 500 baby positions. Ooh, nasty. You might recognize this Afro baby in one of my previous stories, The Helicopter Parents of Bel Air. Boom chicka wow wow. All of the baby positions you'd ever want to know, demonstrated by a black baby. The end. That's it. Those are my 21 children's book ideas, currently in development, but not really. Or maybe. Trev.